topic is, come on now. That topic is site inspections, hotel room. Okay, so when you do a site inspection, here's where what I want to say. This is a hotel where I had a travel agent rate. Okay, so people have asked before, what are the perks? What are the perks? And we always talk about how it's not really about marketing the perks, but it is about reaping the benefits to benefit your clients. So I had a travel agent rate for this hotel. So what I did was I took pictures of the room, I took pictures of the hotel, I did a whole site inspection with the gal who was the manager of the hotel, and then I shared it on social media, and then I wrote them a really great TripAdvisor review. So those are all some nice things that you can do as an appreciation for I just want to make sure. Okay, so those are all things you can do as appreciation. So let me just kind of go through what I did here. So if you look at, I don't know if you can see my little arrow, or if it's just something that I can see since I have it on full screen here. If you look, I show the bathroom. I get very into bathrooms at hotels. I think they're cool. So this was a nice bathroom. We had a cool sink. We had the towels there. Then what I really liked was if you look over at the right, when I came into my room, there was a little like iPad type thing that says, welcome Jessica Sittimer. And later on, if you look above that, I of course show all the snacks and things that you can get in the room, but it starts turning into telling you, it's kind of like an Alexa in the hotel, okay? So then if we go down to the bottom right, we have, she upgraded me. I didn't ask for it, but because she knew I was a travel agent, she wanted me to have the best view. So I had a pool view. So I had a balcony that, kind of opened right up onto where the pool was. So I could sit outside in the chairs, but there were also people out there that would go to the pool. You see the couch is a very modern kind of room. To the left of that was the bed, again, very modern. And then they had a travel planning guide. Now, I don't think they put that in there just for me, but I made sure to take a nice picture of that. And that was something I posted on social media. And they also had a brochure in there that showed you all of the restaurants, all of the sites to see, all of the, anything you needed locally, and they broke it kind of down like the way the mall does. You know how the mall is like, restaurants, women's clothes, men's clothes, shoes. So like they really broke it down to all the local stores and things that were close around you. And so I took a picture of that, and if I, were to blow it up, let's see, I can't blow it up in this screen mode, but you would really be able to see everything. And this was in Los Angeles, this hotel, right in the heart of it. So then I showed the accommodations. So on the left here, I'm showing the pool. And you got to remember, we're in Los Angeles, all right? So we're in the middle of a city. So you're going to see like the electric lines up there. But this is a rooftop pool, and is it the nicest rooftop pool I've been in Los Angeles? No, I've been on some fancy ones on Sunset Strip, but this one was decent enough. And as you can see, it's accessible for everyone. They have that little machine there that helps anyone who needs accessibility. So that's good to know. Then I did the restaurant. So I took pictures of the restaurant and that and some of the sites around the hotel. So like that big silver ball was just an interesting feature. And then in the bottom right is their office. They have an office that, for the, like an office, a workspace. And this is actually where I coached some ambassadors, because while I was in Los Angeles, I was working. So I sat in there and I didn't use their computer. I used my own, but they had nice Wi-Fi. They had a printer for me. So that was great. Then you want to go around if you're, that was like what you do for the hotel. If the hotel gives you an agent rate. but you want to make every experience, and you can do this in your local town if you want to, your local city. I went around to all the different restaurants. All right. And I would, these are like little collages of, so this is Simple Things restaurant. And it showed some of the things they had. I liked that this sign said maximum occupancy, 43 happy people. I showed some of the food that we got there. Then this was a really great Bel Campo burgers. Everything is organic and farm and all the good stuff. And they had, so I just, I made little collages of them to show my people. All right, now I just got back from London. So here's how I did London, with keeping this in mind that I was going to see all of you. Now, I didn't have a lot of time to throw this into a beautiful presentation, so let's just, accept it for what it is, a bunch of pictures thrown together on a PowerPoint presentation. But what I did was, this room I loved. It was ultra modern. They had this really cool Nespresso machine. It was so cool that it actually made me want to try coffee. And I don't drink coffee. And I did try it. And I took one sip and remembered why I don't drink coffee. I just don't like it. But it was really cool that they have it on. Now, this was the executive floor. All right, so not every room has this coffee maker. But now I can show. So, remember, you always want to be up leveling people. You want to be upselling them. So, you can show them, well, this is what a regular hotel room looks like. You can ask the hotel to, give you a site inspection and show you the different floors. And then this is what the executive room looks like. You get this special coffee maker, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So now here's a view of the whole room. This was like a deconstructed bathroom. So I thought there was a picture of me in here. It's probably hidden behind something, but the shower, all this mirror that you see is the shower and the toilet. Okay. And then they have the sink that's right sticking out in the middle of the room. But it was so cool because if you look at this top right picture, that top there is the shower head. This is the view from the shower. So here you have a room that has a shower in it that we can see out. If you're in the shower, you can see everything going on in the room, but they can't see in. It's all mirrored. So that was pretty cool. I loved that shower. Then I showed the amenities. They have beautiful amenities. So I show, the different bottles, and then they also have special pillows and the special room service on this floor. So I took pictures of all of that. Next, I took pictures of the hotel lobby because I wanted to show people how beautiful that was. It was really, very stylish. And then I showed room service. So again, if you are getting a travel agent rate, now I wasn't here, but if I, when I do, I like to take advantage of the facility. So I did one in Sedona, Arizona, where I got a travel agent rate, and they gave me a welcome package that had a bottle of wine with 2 glasses. They had a whole cheese and meat plate for me, which was beautiful. So I took pictures of that. They gave me discounts for the restaurant. They gave me discounts for the spa. So I took advantage of both. I went to the spa, I went to the restaurant for multiple meals, and I shared all of that. That was, oh gosh, that was probably 2 years ago, so I couldn't go that far back in my pictures, but I just wanted to give you a taste of it, a quick taste. So this is my London room service. And this is the hotel. They actually have at the top of this hotel, it's called keepers because they have beekeepers on the roof. So they make their very own honey there, and they have their own bees on the top. That's something very unique about this hotel. So you could, and this is the Novotel Hotel, by the way, Novotel by the London Tower. And so this was dinner. I had a nice salmon and flourless chocolate cake. This was breakfast. Boy, they know how to do breakfast in London. It's not just, some eggs and potatoes. They give you mushrooms. They give you sausage. They give you bacon. They give you tomato. They give you these beans in the middle, which I didn't eat. I got a fresh berry bowl. Got a nice cranberry juice. I also got a hot chocolate. Then I got toast and jam, which I guess is something very big in London to have toast and jam. So now that I'm back in the States, I actually went to Trader Joe's and bought a gluten-free bread and some jam because now I'm obsessed. And I want to have toast and jam every day. Okay, so London. Then I also wanted to show people the local restaurants. Now, this is just one that I'm showing you as an example, but I mean, we went to many, and I did this at every single restaurant. So if I wanted to show a client what they could expect, I have plenty. So, I got soft shell crab, I got delicious bass. James got the tartare. Trisha got some type of crab. Um, it was like a crab medley of some sort. And then of course we've got some appetizers for the beginning. This is what one Canada Square looks like. It's got a cool bar area. And then you want to show the sights. So of course we've got to have the famous London Eye up there. And we walked all along that strip. We went to Leeds. So we went to, I call it the Harry Potter station. So does James. This is, they shot the Harry Potter movies in this station, where we took the train to Leeds and back. Then they were having a great at the museum, the V&A Museum. They were having a beautiful Christian Dior exhibit, so I went with James. And this dress was worn by Natalie Portman when she became the woman, the woman of Dior, the face of Dior. And then we walked along the area where the London Eye was, and we saw the carousels, and I took different pictures of all the different food trucks that were there. There were fish and chips, there were coffee trucks, there were all different things. I took some pictures of London. In the bottom right is the most famous tea house in London, where if you've ever heard me tell my story of being afraid to go to London because I was afraid I wasn't going to eat the food because of all my sensitivities, and we went to, I have a whole story about this tea house. So maybe one day I'll tell you when we're talking about creating stories. And then right smack there in the middle, that is the entrance to a Marriott. Now, while we were there, we went to see another hotel, and I took a lot of pictures of this Marriott because let's say my clients wanted to stay at the other side, like closer to the London Eye and some of the sites. I mean, I was staying in a different part of London where we had to take, uh, an Uber halfway across the city to get to this area. So there are different sites to see.